afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, a master of propaganda, hero of Reich, defender of the fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on-film approach here between Captain S. Price fighting for the Soviet Union for the glory of Comrade Stalin, and the 7th Mechanized Corps going up here versus Insane C++, aka Dev M, fighting for Germany, for the Reich, for the Kampfgruppe Wolf. And we've got here Assault Support, Mobile Defense, and Mechanized Assault with Infantry Machine Gun Bulletins versus Price's Terror Tactics, Combined Arms Army, and Shock Rifle. With 3 Sniper Bulletins there for him. Got an early Sniper there for Price versus Insane C++, we'll just call him C++. Going with MD42 gun is here following up for him. Snipers on the way there. Heading northwards, going for the fuel, grabbing a point there as well. And we have got the gun arriving for C++. Going for the fuel there, basically following up there, no surprise there. Captain Price heading northwards. Of course, with this sort of build, he's going for, he's not going to get a lot of territory, though, compared to, say, had, you know, C++ going for more snipers early on, or pioneers early on. I mean, in this case, he probably won't be too much for this, but still, I mean, he will be behind in sort of early territory there versus C++. Pioneers, by the way, rapidly retreating after gaining that fuel point. One of us a misclick, or there's some kind of idea there from C++. Is he now heading southwards? Was just sort of there? I mean, didn't he lay down any barbed wire? I mean, you see most players sort of try and buy off this point here to make it a bit harder. Is he planning to select the MD42 up there? What is he thinking about there? Second gun is what they were eyeing for C++. Strafnik they're eyeing for Price. First shot fired there. And first kill of the fight in the same turn. Grenadiers continue to drop here, so snipers continue to harass away and kill. MD42 they're setting up, down to 1 man actually already here. Bit of an early bleed there, and they're going forward, catching up with snipers. They're getting down to half health, no kills, so no kills. Close though. Grenadiers they're arriving, moving upwards, so Pioneers they're northwards. So he's actually sort of only making a light approach towards the north, while sort of hitting more full gear towards the south. And he's going to get a fuel advantage there over Price initially, though of course the question is what will Price do afterwards. But there we go, first infantry squad they're running for him. Snipers pulling back, they're a bit low on health. If they're going to do is to catch them and deal with them. Oh, the MD42 shifting southwards, so he's going for both fuel points here. I'm guessing he must be aware of what Price sort of playing at lately. The sort of early snipers are not a lot of sort of territorial gains that way. There go both Price for the building. In this case, they're going to make it in front of the Strafniki's noses. Of course, then politely wait outside. There go rushing after the sniper, low on health, Right here we see C++ sort of basically going for broke, going all in. There we go, almost got the snipers, almost got it. One more. Ah, god damn it, Heinz. Still, almost got a wipe there. Certainly will force him to spend some manpower reinforcing that sniper team. Engineers moving about there, not going for the fuel point though, maybe was worried about something. But 3 gun on this one, Pioneer MB42, and then he's taking up, so light tier 1 there for C++. Light tier 1. Not ultra light, but still lighter. Gunners are heading in there, getting the point there. MD42 holding about there as well. And there goes Strafnik under fire from the Grenadiers moving up there, grabbing a point there, start moving out there. So a bit more pressure being exerted out versus C++. Almost down there, taking up. What we'll get after that. Strafnik there taking some hits. Lots of Grenadiers there, lots of bullets, lots of death. MD42 there hanging about. And there go Pioneers rushing back, so it's more or less as soon as he's done taking up, you get the likes of Mechanized Company up there. Nicely timed there by C++, absolutely sharp timing there. And it's versus Engineers, we've got more trooping up there. Already Paul Heinz has bitten the dust, there's Engineers, we're able to get a kill there. Good work by Price's men. Continuing to hold the fuel point there, but overall that way C++ is overall gaining a nice fuel advantage versus Price again. He's got a much smaller force. I mean, it does pack a lot more punch, but at the moment it's a much more offensive force. It can't really hold territory where else. The best he can do is basically try and bleed out C++ and keep him a bit off guard, but he can't really hold the territory well, and that's only going to be a problem here if C++ strikes really hard with, say, some vehicle play. A half-track could actually prove quite dangerous right now, since allowing him to sort of shift his troops more aggressively around Price's troops. There you go, like to make it. Going to be the 2-2 with the 251. Strafniki there flanking against MD42, pushing it back. Nicely done there, nicely done. Points are being grabbed in the meanwhile. No immediate response to the Grenadiers need to fall back. And there we go, we've got docked into the Soviet Combined Arms Army there for Price. Garth will likely call in to provide some little support there to cover the snipers from any, say, German light vehicles. And there you go, he's going for the 2-2-2. A 251 here I think could also work, but again allow them sort of be more mobile, more aggressive, sort of easily shifting troops about, reinforcing them afterwards. You can also upgrade to a flame for a half. You can actually begin burning away at the Russians in that regard. I mean, the flame for a half take is sort of a more focused, punching infantry than the 222. And I think early on the flame for a half take could actually be quite potent versus Price, but so far the 222 there, like to punch his wagon. Using southern fuel pump, getting northern munitions along on the southern, and there we go. Guardsmen arriving, no DPs, and the 222 arrives as well for C++. Do not burn us all. He could set the MD-42 up here, would cover this area quite nicely from enemy infantry, but no, that is not what he's aiming for there. 222 engaging in the centre. Definitely caught there by the 222. Sniper could also be accidentally caught here by the 222 and actually dealt with. Very aggressive place, base sort of sweeping around. I think he's sort of trying to hunt for the sniper, sort of, sit by, sort of catch the sniper by accident, maybe dealing with them, but maybe not, maybe not. Either way, that is some very aggressive driving there from C++ scout car. Narrowly avoided the guardsman though. Still maintaining aggressive map control here, so far good for C++. What will be next? Half track, Panzer Grenadiers, Pack 40 or something else entirely. I would actually try and rush for Tier 3. I mean, considering the overall map control he's got there versus Price there, and the certain fuel advantage he's got to a certain extent. I mean, could see it working. Rather great there, failed to make much impact upon the penal troops. Guards continue to fight away there with PTRSs and most in the guns there. Grenadiers forced away. And more guardsmen around there for Price will help contain the scout car more aggressively, and of course also just add more infantry into the mix. So what will follow up here for C++? What will follow up? What is next on the menu? Go. Closing in on veterans one there on the 222. Guardsmen advancing. Take up there, point grabbed. And there we go. Guardsmen suppressed. He could add incendiary here for increased damage. I think he could actually punish Price quite harshly, but he seems to be hanging about here. No sign of that, though. No sign of that there from ++. Instead, we got the 222 trying to hunt down the snipers there as the guardsmen against suppressed. At the same time, an assault here from the centre. He's catching the snipers here between two forces. Snipers quickly vaulting over the wall there to avoid him. There we go, hitting a retreat. Looks like he will narrowly avoid it. 222 moving up there. Could actually try and hunt into the base there where there's absolutely no security there. So he could actually get the snipers there. He could get the snipers. Almost, but does not pursue. He does not quite fully. There gets another sniper, never quite the entire unit. Units, on the other hand, are a lot of trouble. Both sides are pretty much cut off by the Germans. There you go. Once more. He does not fully pursue. Looks like he wants to get the car back for repairs. No tech up. Instead, we're getting a sniper now here in response from C++. I'm not entirely sure I'd go for a sniper right now, particularly not with the Soviet sniper about. I think Panzer Grenadiers will offer more. Half track will basically taking up already. Maybe going for a fuel catch instead. Actually, I think we'll do more for C++ at this stage. Will also be cheaper. So well. Still maintaining very aggressive map control here. Price is certainly rather on the back foot here against sort of the aggressive play of C++. Attacking and sweeping with the scout car. He's constantly seeking out sort of any sort of gap in the line and sort of striking into it. And using the MD-42 aggressively as well, sort of, slowly push the frontage further back against Price, making it hard for him to make any gains at all. It's a very aggressive place then. Also good to see him using the MD-42 aggressively. Some players, and I make this mistake myself as well, have a tendency just to holding a bit too far back, which actually means, you're not getting out as much of the MD-42 as you can, so you're just pushing back your opponent. You want to keep them pressured. You want to keep them worried and paranoid about the MD-42. But there you go, taking up, going for Tier 3. That is good. Still got the sniper though. I think cancelling that instead, going for fuel cache would serve better, but that of course is my opinion. And look at the shooting here. Guardsmen, getting rifle grenade, but the grenades themselves are in a pretty bad state, and they are quick to fall back. DP's going up there as well for increased firepower. MD-42 also forced back there by the now virtually two-sided sniper team. Price is not taking up at this moment. He could, try and rush for, say, an A half-track or a T-70, even the S-6, but so far Price is making no movement towards either of those. And meanwhile here, Tier 3 available. Of course, right here, I mean, if we were to go for support call right now, I think in C++ would gain a severe upper hand. He could even finish this fight right now. I mean, say, my apologies there. But a quick flak panzer from Stooks or Panzer. No, holy moly! He's going for tier 4. I mean, light tier 1. Okay, slightly expand now, of course, in the sniper, but also very light tier 2. And he's going straight for tier 4. That is supremely confident here by C++. Supremely. I mean, that is some severe guts that takes, because, I mean, it does cost a bit, you know, so, I mean, I'm not entirely sure I would recommend this as a sort of good move. I mean, unless Price really pulls it off convincingly, but I mean, it could also give Price a good time to do some damage, because again, he's not really, you know, solidified this sort of what he's got here enough to sort of really pull it off. He needs something to further pressure with. And at the moment, Price actually got a large force, and if he were to say rush for a T7 or anything like that right now, he could actually do a lot of damage to C++ with very little sort of deal with it. I mean, again, he's sort of a tier light 1, tier 1, tier 2 is sort of more suited towards, you know, a tier 3. Heavy tier 1, of course you can skip tier 2, go for tier 3. If you want to go for sort of tier 4, you should go at least for a heavier tier 2. Add in some panzers, maybe a half-top with a flamethrower. But your tier 2 needs a bit heavier. You need to at least, you know, cover up for tanks, or you need to go for a doctrine that allows you to cover for it, like say mobile defense, have a Puma out, or say go for encirclement, get some Panther Shreks out. But right now, I mean, this is very risky by C++. This is some high-risk play. I mean, if it pays off, great, but if he gets busted by Pricey, it's going to hurt a lot. And as we've seen before, Price is quite capable of punishing anyone who takes him lightly. Games of coming in here from the 222, 7 kills here on the auto cannon. MD42, the sniper support, sniper Strafniki pushing up here. 19 kills there in service of the motherland. The loading up, pioneering northwards. He's not building that heavy panzer corps right away. Quick kill there on the MD42, halfway to vet 23. As Mind here to control the map better, and also noting at the moment Price doesn't activate any of these from much, which there we go. He's building the tank of a tank command, he is building it. This could be bad news there for C++, in particular if Price were to go for the T70 right now. C++ would be completely unprepared for what comes next. And there we go, Sniper was lost. Sniper was lost. Didn't really do much damage overall. That was just manpower down the drain right there for C++. This could easily be turning ugly now. In particular, again, he's losing ground as well. The initial map control, again, should have been solidified either with a heavy tier 2 or a quick tier 3. Instead, he went for neither. And another you got wiped out. Now, C++ is taking absolutely massive casualties. Price is basically turning up the volume for the Soviet anthem. And beating down C++ here. And there we go, T70 following up. He's getting the heavy panzer corps himself, but the problem is he's not got enough fuel to make it work. In that regard again, had he dropped the sniper again, gone for say 2 fuel catches instead, he probably could have made it work, but that's not what happened. Right now, he's in trouble. His best hope there is basically going to be now going for mobile defense, calling out Puma, or I suppose he could be cheeky and go for mechanized assault, mobile defense, mechanized assault, getting out the Puma or Shugi. And there we go, he does go for mobile defense. I think he should have gone for it sooner. The Panzer Corps almost done, and we've got the T-70 here hunting down the snipers. The scout cut. Using that tank moving up there, and we got some engagement here. Overall, he's about to get wiped. Oh no, he's paying too much attention to the scout gun. Look, forgot the gun got them killed. 2 to back and knocked down, so we've got the T-70 on the hunt. He's down to 1 gun, he's got 1 Pioneer, 1 MD42, and the 222 with a red gun. This is, oh dear. At the same time, the Price has got a massive force. This is not looking good. If we were to look up into the Oxford Dictionary of not good, you'd see a screenshot of this situation. And unfortunately, needs to go away. T-70 running in there. Scout car trying to avoid. He aims to try and get one contact of the T-70. Scheiße, T-70, drive away, nein, we can't. There's a striped line, you know. If you're a bit fair, if you move back, so we'll get shot. Reverse. Turned into raspberry jam. There you go, 222 down. Oh dear, he's going to need to take the fuel there. He's got nothing to stop the T-70. He's getting up at 40 now. This is absolutely catastrophic. Yet C++ is holding on. I mean, he's definitely showing his character here. I mean, he's not giving up. I mean, most players at this point have pretty much gone, ah, scheisse, and given up here. But C++ is holding on at the very edge of things. And the T-70 is just doing as much damage as it can. He's trying to repair the bunker. Price is trying to wreck it. Back 40 almost done. Bunker, though, almost done as well. And there we go, Gunners arrived. The can Panzerfaust, Bunker knocked out, though. Bunker knocked out, and there we go. Panzerfaust damages the engine of the T-70. Self-repairs going off there for Price's crew. Boris is grabbing the wrench and fixing as much as he can without exposing himself. How that works. There we go, Pioneers moving ahead. Taking a few hits there. Pack 4 setting up, MD42 firing away. There we go, forcing away the T-70. And we got Ostrom called in. 2 squads, no veterancy, no light machine guns, but certainly calling up the reserves here to sort of at least fill up the lines. Desperately there for C++. And timing for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is rather drastic and desperate. T++ really just came back from the precipice, and he's still hanging there though, but he's not quite as badly off as he used to be. Down to 1 gun, he's got 2 Ostrom, pack 4 MD4 jump from Pioneers versus lots of Guardsmen, Strafniki, Sniper, T-70, Engineers. The overall the situation looking pretty dark, and already here Price is taking up, he's going for even heavy armour here. This is going to be quite the challenge for C++ to put it mildly. He's got the heavy Panzer course, of course, to get the resource to call it a Panther, he might be able to pull this off. Or a Sturm Panther, he wants to go for cheap. I mean, at the moment, he might still be able to pull it off. He gets off his extra pack 40. Either way, though, he needs to get something from here to sort of have a decent chance of really threatening Price at this current stage of the fight. More infantry would also be appreciated. I think some Panzer gunners here could do good, or just some regular grenadiers with light machine guns, I think, could also pull it off. Or he could try and bet on more Ostrom, but I'd be careful about that in the current circumstance. I also think, you know, C++ should have considered, you know, tightening up at least just one part on that, at least sort of trying to secure at least one fuel point on a more secure basis, and then so just try and hold out for a bit longer, push back slightly to Price, but overall nothing too aggressive, nothing too daring at the moment. Otherwise, I mean, Price is just going to hit him hard again and again, in particular the T-70. I mean, any flanks exposed and any units sort of harassing on their own will be punished severely. So right now the situation is rather risky here for C++. Fuel cache would also be helpful. Now, you know, again, aim either for those and add some more infantry here. For Price, the situation is looking good. Of course, he needs to be careful he doesn't get overconfident, but a few mines here and there, and it will slow down any approach there from C++ would be good. Getting out some armor here, for example, the quick T-3476 could be good. Of course, he's seen the base, he's seen the heavy Panzer course, of course, he might be worried, and of course, an H-5 in that sense will also be a good counter for that. But otherwise, you know, T-3476 and H-5, you can sort of build up that, he should be able to sort of punish C++ quite strongly and quite severely. Otherwise, in a more aggressive play, trying to flank around there, so trying, you know, take advantage of that. C++ has a small force, you know, trying to extend it, surround it, crush it that way. If you can do that, I mean, overall Price should have a good chance of winning, actually. I mean, C++ again, he bet very high and it didn't work out. And that's basically what we're seeing the aftermath of here. Now, question is, can C++ salvage anything out of this, or is this just basically the beginning of the end? Or is this going to be the beginning of a very, very impressive comeback? I mean, that would be one hell of a comeback.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Sniper grabbing the point there. Mechanized armor company almost done. Grabbing points, Ostrom moving ahead. Pack 40 following up, PSO heading centre south. He could of course also just try immediate solution, being a Puma sword team with the T-70. I mean, that could also help a bit. Ostrom holding up there. I mean, he's really more suited for machine guns, really, this building. I mean, here it gets sort of covered, even for Ostrom it's not really good. MD42 is sort of where this building sort of really, you know, shines. Troops they're already cut apart by the sniper, close effective fleet, nothing much to do with the Ostrom, more something around there, south exposed, MD42 though not covering it. Situation is not looking particularly peachy here for C++ and for Germany. Ostrom getting sniped, 24. Another MD42 will help maintain more map control. I mean, not bad, but vehicles and armor really ought to be the priority right now, and certainly some more heavier infantry. Almost got the Pack 40. It looks like it will make it back into the safety of the base, ensuring that Price can't secure it as well. That would be absolutely massive loss right there for C++. MD42 halfway done. In Price's base, we're not seeing much else at the moment. H-5, T-34, Katyusha, all are available right now for Price. You can even go for a howitzer if you want right now, and just begin bombarding. But there you go, H-5, he's seen heavy Panzer Corps, and right now Price is basically focusing that as the primary threat there. But if it could come from that, he's definitely going to try an H-55 to have a good chance of dealing with it. So sharp thinking there from Price. Of course, from our perspective, we know it's not going to happen anytime soon, but obviously Price can't quite know that. He can't quite be sure.
lines of supply are disrupted.
Oh, such a... Oh no.
We are suffering losses.
Another large loss there for C++, and an entire Ostrom was got wiped out, shattered, blown across the ground. Issue 5 almost done, troops there grabbing points. And there you go, Issue 5 arriving here for price.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Based on the T-34 chassis, by the way, and equipped with an 85mm gun, which is basically an 80 AA gun they used for that purpose. Little fun fact there. Guardsmen a bit of trouble with them before turning the Pioneers. Sniper going up there, 30 kills, quite impressive. T-70 reporting, and they're going for 49 in the building, but rather lacking in anti-tank nades to get out of there before, say, the penal troop. There we go, pops a satchel charge. In this case, though, the T-70 rather ruined the surprise there, but either way, though, that building is no more, as you might have noticed. It has ceased to be. It is dust and rubble. Puma really could help C++ here. Oh no.
The enemy is gaining a foothold.
Another Grenadier squad lost, but again C++ seems, unstoppable. He keeps at it. Even as his men are dying in his hands. Well, mouse hands, I know. Anyways, Pack 40 on the T-70. ND-42 there. Almost knocked out. Absolutely insane here. Absolutely insane. Ostrom moving out. The glory of the motherland. Pioneers heading northwards. Grabbing important there. Ostrom taking minor losses soon enough. From the guardsman, there you go. One man down. And he went for a command tank. Considering the current situation, I would not have recommended a command tank. Panther, Sturmpanther would have been better here, but no, he bloody well went for command tank, pretty much ensuring that overall the tech up for this and this building has more or less been a waste of resources for C++. I mean, he might as well then go for the support McCoy and you've probably overall done better. Of course, then you can activate armor up to counter that T-70, and maybe ensure he doesn't suffer, massive infantry loss. But there you go. H5 their rank to deal with the Panther 4. Go, good hit, good hit. Stubby gun. Early model Panther 4 in a sense there. Some of the older models would have been used as command tanks, for example. Some Panther 3s were actually done as an actual unit in 1944. For example, some of the SS Panther basically used Panther 3s as their command tanks during the Battle of Normandy. Fun fact, fun fact. Good hit there on the guardsman by the Panzer 4. Issue 5 those pulled back, they use the President of Pack 40. 4 minute support, and there we go. Guardsman have been rushed off by the Panzerkampfwagen. A few losses there.
The pack gun is ready for orders.
Second Pack 40 here, infantry is still in a non-existent situation almost here for C++. While Price has got a large infantry force here. I mean, he's 2 Strafniki, 3 guardsmen, quite a lot there. Versus, well, basically 1 Ostrom score. That's a massive difference then in quality and numbers. I'm sure they might feel, important in their snazzy uniforms and caps, but they're not quite on the same level as the Russians. C++ seems pretty much unstoppable here, in a sense. I mean, he can be stopped, but spirit-wise, he's definitely of heightened assault. We've got a howitzer going up. There's a now C++, not C++. Price there's adding into it to sort of further heighten his advantage. 35 kills on Sniper, 36. Just really keeps at it. 37. The Ostrom are dropping like flies. Issue 5 could do some repairs, but there you go, how it's almost done. And we check out a second in the squad here for Price now, but he's not really repairing yet. And there we go. Some loss of the guardsman. Ostrom pulled back. Finally. He got that command tank finally ready for move as well. He'd rather pulled away to sort of what he felt was a safe spot. 40 command tank pioneers moving up there with multiple kits as well. Infantry holding the point, and we got Stuffing about to run straight in. There we go. Pressed a few shots.
Enemy forces are securing
Kill there.
territory.
Casualties will begin to pile up here, and there we go. Pinned, in fact. Another kill. Stuffing, they're following him behind here. At the same time, the assault continuing up naturally, striking at the base. A lot here going on against C++. Will be able to manage it all, or will he end up losing more units? Oh, Sato shot the MG42! I just barely avoided. And in the case of half the unit, though, didn't avoid it. The difficulties is certainly increasing versus C++ now with the artillery sort of raining down over his base there from the 152mm gun. Men flying all over the place, alongside bits of wood. Like to make a nice company, they're taking a hit. Slightly falling apart there. Pioneers moving in. The tree violently shattered by the crew of the Panzer IV for no particular purpose. Quite a bit of resources there flooding. I mean, because this is get several T-34s. Actually can't. Never mind, he's not got the population for it. Silly me, silly me.
Enemy is attempting to steal our
Should
sector.
pay a bit more attention there, obviously. Will C++ be adding more Ostrom in the hopes of turning things around here? He's got a plan maybe for a Puma. No, it is more Ostrom, and this time though, they do have veterancy. And they also got a light machine gun. So I suppose that does give a bit more to work with. Panther on the front from the issue 5. Tank disturbs up there. MG42 inside the building is getting burnt to... Oh, too late. So quickly to get out there. A huge loss for C++. Veterancy for the MG42 is always a harsh loss to the Wehrmacht. And then Ostrom up here on the front from the T-70. Large infantry push here. Nothing to stop it now with the MG42 gone. Burned to death.
We must defend our headquarters.
We are losing territory.
Good hit there. Continue to celebrate. Artillery fire versus the base. There we go. T-70 striking about here, flanking about here, getting past the Pack 40s, the Ostrom as well. One following up here. C++ getting out maneuver, pulling back the Pack 40 to deal with the threat up here in the north, but then T-70 coming back here again. Constantly keeping C++ here moving before landing a next blow there. Very aggressive play there for Price, very aggressive play. Panzer forming up there. Veterans who won, 10 kills. Ostrom in a very bad situation, they're negative cover.
Our territory.
Their casualties increased their 4-5 rate. Still no incendiary on roofs yet, but C++ still no incendiary around use. Didn't feel like you can make use of that. There we go, Pack 40 annihilate some poor guardsmen. Troops still reinforcing. Panzer IV opening up there on the poor souls, suppressed. But Baden up itself, barely any health left on that. Panzer I needs to pull back. Fighting for the south here. Another barrage here, 4 kills, veterans who won. Oh, good lord. So many Ostrom there, 9 kills now. Maybe Panzer Coh slowly getting somewhere, I guess. A sniper there on the way for C++ at this moment. Strike is rather peculiar, not really helpful.
Ready as we'll ever be. What do you need?
Price seems preparing for another assault here, not rushing into it, just leaving it to do some of the work here before attacking.
Opponents are seizing a sector.
112 points left there for C++ versus 361 there from Price. T-34 on the way there, adding some armour.
Those are behind our lines.
Maybe
Headquarters
Panzer Corps
attacked.
has seen better days here.
Enemy forces are securing our
Good.
territory.
do with some repairs. So see something coming up that he could soon get a Sturmpanzer he wanted. He could try and wait for a Panther. There you go, grabbing the northern victory point. At last, vestige of any kind of control of the victory points there that C++ at the moment. Awesome, taking hits there from the snipers. 47 kills, Guardsman opening up as well there. Awesome approaching. Out in the open, they're rather easy to target. We got these I think joining in there for a few shots. Sniper they're opening up, but versus virtually 3 snipers and such. Awesome, they're about to get wide. Oh, lost his light machine gun through. No, C++ is just taking massive casualties here. Massive. Almost got the building. So they're joining in. Oh, directed around the pioneers and the Panzer IV. Virtually 2 now.
We are down to 75 points.
Trying to break down the building with armor-piercing rounds. Kills on the pack crew. Almost got the sniper there. T-7 getting ready to paper strike from the south. T-34 is also ready. What could Price be planning?
The situation is becoming critical. The
What
enemy
could
is
he be
attempting
planning?
to steal our sector.
Bit of stone there shattered.
Enemy has broken our supply lines.
C++ is barely in control of the map. His Panzer is in a dire state. His opponent is numerous, well equipped, well stocked, and angry. Can't program the Guardsman.
We are close to defeat. 25 points remaining.
25 points left here. Keep it moving in. Panther about to get knocked out. There's no real hope there left for C++ at the moment. 16. Panther 4 kaput.
Our Panzer force.
There's not really much left here. And there we go. Game over. A loss here for C++. A victory for Price. A loss for the Wehrmacht. A victory for the Soviet Union. Overall, an aggressive match in some senses. Really aggressive play there from C++. And he could have pulled it off had he not decided to go for the heavy Panzer squad. That was pretty much his sort of deciding mistake here. He went for the heavy Panzer squad with a light tier 1, light tier 2, and that was pretty much what he should have done. Instead, he got punished here by Price severely, and he got punished hard. And at that point, he really couldn't come back. The Panzer IV command tank was basically the final nail in the coffin there, and any chance of really getting back in the fight. Had he gone for a Panther Sturmpanzer, he might have still had a chance there. Instead, he went for the command tank, which rather limited his choices, and overall sort of, well, pretty much finally put him out of the fight there. Price, of course, sort of took advantage of this quite nicely, again spotting the weaknesses, punishing aggressively, and sort of pushing back C++ then very aggressively, over maintaining control, not making mistakes. Could have laid down some mines here and there, but overall Price played very solidly after that. So I mean, keep in mind, again, good early game there for C++, but again, the mistake was basically going for light tier 1, tier 2, and then going straight for tier 4. He should have gotten for at least as heavier tier 2 than that if he wanted to go for a tier 4 rush. Had he gone for tier 2, that is, or tier 3, heavy support McCall got around from there, he probably could have won this, or at least had a much better chance there of surviving this. Instead, again, as we saw, he pretty much sort of rushed into his own doom in the sort of shorter term. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you ideas for matches. If it did, why not subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send a new plan apart some feedback in the comment section. If this is Imperial, cheers, thank you for watching, and see you all tomorrow. Bye.